Just a spectacular afternoon for football here in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina as EA Sports welcomes you inside Bank of America Stadium in uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Carolina Panthers.
Ready, 70, Indy.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Panther first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off play action. Lane. Looking deep for Adams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lane. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Used to have a coach used to tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
57, come on. I got you, son. I got you, son. Let's 57.
To throw on 3rd down. Lane. And Adams has it complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
Come on, set. 60 out long. Cover. Come. Patch it. Ready.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
To throw on 2nd down, Lane. And that's complete to Adams. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 26.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Lane. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 yards there, 1st down. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Let's go. 18 Gator. Let's go, defense.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Fair. 2.
to throw. Lane. It's complete. It's Miller. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Makes it 3rd and 9.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. He can't hang. He's not going to get me. He did.
Operating from the gun. Lane. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Alvin Kamara, his 4th touchdown on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. Meanwhile, checking in on what's going on in Baltimore. And the Steelers there out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This is taken at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience is early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
It's taken to the 26.
We got this.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they got out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Check 31. Check 31.
Recon, 152 fighter. Gone. Big grip.
Toss play, Kamara. And some room to roam now. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there out of Kamara. 63 yards on the ground.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal.
2 times. Everyone.
Hey, Echo.
57.
Looking to throw. Lane buying time to his left. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And there, once he's outside of the pocket and doesn't see anything, very smart play to just throw it away. That was only first down. He's got a few more shots, maybe. He can take it in the end zone.
And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a second time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his second first-quarter touchdown there. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. Alvin Kamara with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. He's showing the different ways he can hit you in this first quarter. One rushing, one receiving touchdown.
He's showing us he's not just a stereotype, isn't he? Not just a guy who carries the ball in the backfield, can get out into space, make plays with his hands downfield. That's a pretty good combination right there.
Defensively, you'd prefer to be going against the stereotype, wouldn't you?
At least you know where he is, right? That gives you a chance to get more people to him and get him on the ground.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Jannard Avery, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up.
Check 53. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Ran, come. Hey, high 7.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And Robinson with a big catch. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 23 yards, the final tally. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. I got one. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I know he ain't got it. Check.
Trubisky to throw again. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the 1st as well.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's Trubisky to throw, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jannard Avery picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Trubisky. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Tack McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
64, weak. Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
2nd and 13. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
58, boy, 58, 58, Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. Go.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Lane. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go, baby. 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
I'm coming. Check.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
54, right there.
Hey, Delta.
Stop your body. Mike, 54. Delta, 54.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Check. Watch 54. Get up.
Room.
Watch the twist.
Hey, foxtrot.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jerry Tillery able to get in there and run him down for what's going to be a loss of 15 yards all told. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a man open down the middle of the field. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
He's checking weapon.
He's checking. Crash.
From the gun, Lane. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Back to throw. Lane. Open man is Samuel. Complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike, 57.
On 1st and 10, Lane. This is caught. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Hey.
57's the Mike. 57's the Mike.
2nd and 1. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Devontae Adams. As the first half is winding down. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will finish off this third quarter of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a real, I'm doing it, though. This is a really...
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Keanu Neal. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Take 4, take 4.
2nd and 9 now. Blitz coming, and down he goes. C.J. Mosley coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Bravo!
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53.
On 2nd and 15 now. Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Will Parks. And this one will be brought back to the 22. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Hard!
On the counter, here's Kamara. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Let's go.
Off the play fake. Lane. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
That's going to be a long day.
Operating from the gun, Lane. And he connects with Ertz. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
10-2 stop.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
2.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lane. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Alvin Kamara with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
57 Mike 57. I got you. I got you, son.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Jerry Tillery in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Watch the shit. Hey, watch the shit.
Hey, alert, alert! Alert, alert! Go, go!
Check 50.
Now Trubisky to throw. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 52 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers get a score closer.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Check 24. Check 24.
Greystone, travel. Deep rip.
On 3rd down, Lane. The catch made by Miller. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Check out read. No.
Leo.
Again, it's Kamara. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Running with Kamara. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the Packers pick it up. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Panthers 28, Packers 17.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On the ground, Kamara. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Flushed out right. Looking deep for Adam. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Decent start to the drive there. Of course, they need the touchdown, 2-point conversion, and a field goal.
Yeah, those guys are into it. How about the guys on the sidelines? You see the coaches signaling, all the personnel groups up on the sideline, ready to go in and out of the game. They've got to condense their time now in order to try and get back into it.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was trying to go back to Hollywood there, but it's going to be 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done. And we're definitely getting towards the point of the game where not getting a lot of yards is secondary to keeping the clock moving. I mean, to me, that's a double win defensively. Short gain and some more time off the clock.
The Packers on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And now here is another interception. Trey Flowers picks it, and a return will stop right around the 25. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the